Next thing I'm going to be doing is I'll add the sugar into the bowl like this, followed with the oil immediately, and then I'll add the eggs at the same time. So like I said, it's a throw it all in kind of technique. And of course, I'll be adding the 1 teaspoon of vanilla immediately. This is 1 teaspoon. Yeah, immediately. We're using a wire whisk to work it out, just to beat it together rather than using a hand mixer. This comes in handy. So, and this is what it looks like. After you do this, just throw in all your flour in all at once, so you end up with a thickened clump. So at this point you cannot use the wire whisk anymore because it's going to get clogged up and it might not combine thoroughly. So you use your spatula to mix it in just until combined. You're going to have like a golden brown result. All right, like this. This is what it's going to look like. Don't worry about it looking like this. By the time you add the apples, the moisture in the apple is going to aerate it. So you're going to be needing about 3 cups of apples that will be going in. But I already measured this behind camera, so really I'll go ahead to pour it. Okay, so that's 4 cups already pre-measured. So all I need to do is just to fold it in firmly to get all the apples together. This is typically like an apple cake. It's not a cake because of the crumble on top of it. We're going to be preparing the crumble very shortly. It's not an apple cake, but it's a dessert, but it's not a layer of cake or stuff you can pair with your cake, maybe in between your cake layers. That's why it's a typical 100% dessert. Just that it has a cake-like texture underneath, slightly fudgy, but with so much apples loaded inside. So the base is ready now. The 8 inches square pan we're using is already prepped behind camera, and then I will just go ahead to scoop all of it. Scoop all of it. Well, all of it, yes, into a bowl. Just flatten it out, very important. So I'm going to add the remaining bits of it. And that's going to be it for the apple pie, apple crumble base, like this. So the next thing we're going to be doing, so this is what it looks like. So the next thing we're going to be doing now is to prepare the crumble layer. All you're going to basically be needing for the crumble surface is the 1 cup of all-purpose flour. You're just going to pour this in, into a bowl, a separate bowl. Then you're going to be adding half cup of brown sugar. If you decide to use white sugar, then you're going to end up using 1 cup of white sugar, because brown sugar is sweeter than white sugar, and so you have to use less when you're using brown. So if you're using half cup of brown sugar, if you don't want to use half cup of brown sugar, rather you use 1 full cup of white sugar to achieve the same result. So half cup of brown sugar is going in, and then half cup of the butter, the margarine. So we're going to just get this together to form like a crumb-like, bread-like texture, breadcrumb-like texture rather, very quickly, like this. So we're going to just be sprinkling this over this bottom layer and patting it just very gently to make sure it's binded together. And then we're going to be baking this also for about 30 minutes. So I know it's been a long one. I hope you all are still here. If you are still here, you all should just type desserts in the comment section. Let's know who has come along with me up until this point. So everything is going to come all together at the very end, don't worry. So this is what it's going to look like, just like this. And so you just, spread this, making sure to get through all the edges so that it doesn't get sloppy when it's ready. Make sure you distribute it evenly. As you all can see that I have the exact measurement that I need because I've already measured everything out. And so this is what it is going to look like. You don't need to tap this gently because it's not cake, but you just swish it and make it neat. And this is what the batter looks like, and we're going to be taking this into the oven to bake, and we'll be back when all three are ready to round up the class. Okay, so all the three desserts are ready now in their order of arrangement. This is the apple crumble squares. Why you call it apple crumble squares is we're going to cut them up into squares when they are cooled. So this would cut approximately 12 good squares. So it just goes this way, and then I'll be doing that behind the camera. And then these are the apple pies that we did, the mini apple pies. Take a look at the crust. Take a look at the very golden yellow result, and very nice. And then this is the chocolate brownies. This is the chocolate brownies, and this is what it looks like without cutting. Why they call that one brownie squares is also because you cut them into squares, and then they detach from being the original form. So if I cut these brownies now, let's just take one of the cuts like this. I just want to show you all what it's supposed to look like on the inside. You can see what this looks like on the inside. Very rich, very well baked, and you can see through the video that it is very fudgy. So even if you press it like this, it's not going to bounce back because it's not supposed to be cake like. It's supposed to be like a soft chewy cookie, and that's what we'll have. You look at the bottom side, look at how so nicely done it is. And all we just do is to repeat the cutting process all through and through to make up squares. And then for the apple crumbles too, if we go on to cut that one, this is what it will typically look like. Just make sure to have your hands steady too. You're supposed to be able to cut out 4 from it like this, and then you just simply repeat the process 4 times again. So it cuts up 16. You can feel the steam already, and this already. So, and when you are cutting up your apple crumble squares, you have to cut it when it's still hot so that the crust isn't going to harden up and then break up into pieces. This is what the apple crumble square looks like when it's cut up. Take a look at how the apples are very well inside of it. The cake-like texture, the bottom side, and then the fruit, and then the surface side of it, the crumble part. And then of course, it's very nice. And then so we'll go ahead to cut up. I'll just cut it into 2 equal halves so that you can see what it looks like. Let's set this aside. I'll just give it a single sweep. This is usually typically very juicy, all right? And yeah, that's what it looks like. This is what that looks like. This is slightly sweeter than the apple crumble because of the caramelized top. Look at the apple filling. Look at the golden crust. Look at the flip. Look at the bottom crust. And then this is exactly how your typical apple pie should look like. Very juicy and delicious. And that's going to be all for everything. I've shown you all what it looks like. I do really hope, very sincerely, that this class was worth the wait and worth your time. I hope that you will learn 1 or 2 things from it, and you'll be able to apply it into your dessert menu styles for those of you that want to cater or go fully into dessert catering. These 3 recipes are very, acceptable recipes amongst guests because they're very relatable and they're very easy to prep, and they have ingredients that are easily acceptable, or rather easily available to buy. So that's it. That will be all for today. I hope you enjoyed watching me. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button as always, and turn on your notification so that for every time I drop a content, you will be the first to get a grip of it. Also, let us discuss in the comments. I would always respond to your questions, your reviews, your feedbacks, your observations, very importantly, and also suggest how we all can make this channel grow into a very big community, right? I remain your best baker girl, Feelings Dessertsville. Till next time, bye.